Fuck yeah.
Hello everybody, my name is Austin Lance, and today I'm going to be talking about video resolutions, specifically 4K video resolution. Before I start the video, I have a quick disclaimer. I am by no means a professional on all of this. And for all I know, a good portion of this information could be completely wrong. This video is meant to be a small kind of introduction to video resolutions for beginners from a beginner. Kind of just to give a beginner's standpoint to another person in kind of the same situation. So if I do get any information wrong and if you're kind of a professional and I get anything wrong, feel free to post a correction in the comment section down below. Just please don't be mean about it, okay? Okay. Now, on with the video. Now, a big question that I had among many other questions was, what exactly is 4K? So I did a little bit of research and I found this information, and I figured I would share it with you just in case any of you had some of the same questions that I did. Now, what is 4K? 4K is a video resolution commonly used throughout the filmmaking world, specifically on professional blockbuster films that you'd probably see in your local movie theater. Now, here on YouTube, in the settings menu, you can mess around with the quality, and it allows you to change the resolution of the video. Now, if you're on the highest setting for this video, you are watching the video in 720p. Now, the number tells you partially how many pixels are in the video. The technical resolution of this video is 1280 by 720, and the video aspect ratio is in 16:9, which I will touch on in just a minute. Now, the dimensions of the video pretty much tell you that the video you're watching is 720 pixels high by 1280 pixels wide. For 1080p, it kind of goes with the same thing. 1080p is 1920 by 1080, pretty much the same concept. 1080 pixels high by 1920 wide. And if you do the math, you can figure out that obviously 1080p is going to have more pixels in it than 720p, and the same can be said for 4K. 4K has a lot more pixels in it than the full HD of 1080p. Now, I'm going to quickly touch on the 16:9 aspect ratio that I just mentioned a minute ago. Basically, it kind of goes hand in hand with the dimensions of the video. 16:9 is pretty much, it is 9 units tall by 16 units wide, and it does go hand in hand with the pixel dimensions. This applies to pretty much every resolution that we've been using for the last 6 to 8 years. Now, if you go onto YouTube and you're watching a video from pretty much anything before 2010, there was an aspect ratio difference. What we watch now is 16:9, but it used to be 4:3, which, if you paid attention just a minute ago, you would kind of be able to figure out that it is 3 units high by 4 units wide, meaning that it is almost a perfect box. Now, if you're watching a video like that, you're going to notice that it doesn't quite fill up the modern YouTube player. There's going to be gigantic black spaces on the left and right sides. Now, a minute ago, you heard me talk about the pixel dimensions of both 1080p and 720p, so you're probably thinking, what are the pixel dimensions for 4K? Since this video is pretty much based on 4K. The dimensions of 4K are 3840 by 2160. Now, again, if you do the math, that is a shit ton of pixels. I mean, that is a literal ass ton. But that also means that there's more information being saved onto whatever device you're filming with. So kind of keep in mind, the higher the quality, the more pixels. The more pixels, the more information, and the more information, the more space it's going to take up. That's why I don't really use 4K. Now, as you guys saw in my video from last week, I got a new phone. Here's my new phone, and this is the Samsung Galaxy S5, and I think the S6, the S6 Edge, and probably the S7 and S7 Edge all will be able to shoot in 4K. I shot a roughly 3-minute long video in 4K on my cell phone, and it took up just over 1 gigabyte of space. That's kind of a comparison to a 3-minute video shot at 720p. So yeah, that's a large difference. An upside to shooting in 4K is that you do get more pixels, but with the more pixels, that means that you are going to get a much more detailed picture out of it. Also, that means when you're editing your 4K video, you have a little bit more freedom to be able to zoom and mess around with the video as you wish. Now, as I mentioned a minute ago, I said that my phone can record in 4K, but that does not necessarily mean that I'm going to start posting in 4K. I may make a video or two in 4K, just to mess around with it, but there is a very small chance that I'm going to continue to record my videos in 4K. Not very many people use 4K on YouTube anyway. I know that there are a few channels that do use 4K. Most of the channels that I've seen that use 4K are primarily tech channels. I have seen a couple YouTubers that weren't necessarily in the tech community use 4K. There's a very small number of them. Another fun fact, as of right now, 4K is the highest resolution that we can film at as far as I know. And when I say we, I mean we as the public, meaning that those of us with higher-end cell phones, 4K is kind of the highest resolution that we can film with. But there are rumors of a TV that's going to be coming out that has a resolution of 8K, which is going to blow my fucking mind. That's pretty much all the information that I have on 4K as of right now. And again, not all of this is correct. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, if you found it informative, please consider hitting that like button and the subscribe button. It really does help me out a lot. And again, if you guys know anything about any of this kind of information that I got wrong, please feel free to leave me a comment down below so I can expand my knowledge and not feel like a total dumbass all the time. And if you guys want to see more informational type videos coming from my channel, please feel free to leave a comment down below on what you'd like to see me talk about next. I really do want to start doing informational stuff. I do want to be more educational. I want to teach people. So if there's anything you guys want to see, feel free to let me know, and it could possibly show up in a future video. So again, thank you guys for watching this video, and maybe meet again.